On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a command to teach the world how to identify my family, the peculiar people, all of whom are, as written, hated by the world, as is my brother, the Christ, the one whom is the alleged reason for the season. The one speaking to you, a woman, is one of the rare peculiar ones whom you can learn about on pages 1 through 29 of the PDF lesson created for educational purposes, as those chosen to be the peculiar people are teachers of truth as well as experts in law and justice. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me the ability to explain in writing multiple acts of war and genocide leveled against my targeted, hated family to be heard worldwide by others, posting the information provided everywhere. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a message to the world that myself, my brother the Christ, along with the one who sent us here, the King, have lost all hope in and for humanity, as clearly these are the days of Noah, as spoken of in Genesis chapter 6, verse 5, and Luke chapter 17, verse 26 and 27. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me the authority to require payment post-haste from criminal organization CIBC. These elementary instructions provided for agents acting as CIBC on page 98 of the PDF, exposing how corrupt and vile this criminal organization is. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave me authority to require BC Ombudsperson Jay Chalk, Saanich Mayor Fred Hayes, and Saanich MLA Lana Popham to mandate Saanich PD and a locksmith paid for by the District of Saanich to be present noon Sunday, January 9th, 2022 at my property to perform necessary duties to return my property to my possession post-haste. The locksmith will change all locks on my home and provide only myself with keys. If the squatters in current adverse possession of my stolen property refuse to peacefully cooperate and leave at that time, each individual must and will be arrested and charged with trespassing and mischief on the spot. These charges will not be under the jurisdiction of the wholly corrupt criminals acting as BC Attorney Generals and BC's completely corrupt, vile courts, as I, the victim in this matter, possess authority, seeing I am an expert prosecutor trained by the King to perform his will upon all evildoers whom cause myself and my family loss, harm, and injury. How Fam Holdings and the squatters have intentionally, maliciously committed such harm upon myself since November the 27th, 2021, when they were delivered lawful eviction notices and proof of the contract that I am, in truth, the lawful and legal owner of that land and premises. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me authority to require BC Ombudsperson Jay Chalk, Saanich Mayor Fred Hayes, and Saanich MLA Lana Popham to provide via e-transfer to dolly73@protonmail.com the gift due for monies owed as explained on page 165 no later than Monday, January the 10th, 2022. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me authority to require payment due in the form of gifts by each listed criminal organization responsible for stealing my homestead and embezzling the assets. What is owed is overdue, so the elementary instructions provided on page 182 must be followed by responsible agents forthwith. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me authority to seize each hearing recorded by the BC provincial courts. I am mandated by the judge. I am mandated by the King as his expert witness and prosecutor to have the original hearing records transferred to my USB stick as each criminal involved in the trafficking of my real biological property, the theft of my home, and the embezzlement of the assets must and will be tried by the international criminal courts for war crimes and acts of genocide leveled upon my identifiable hated group. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me authority to seize and or commandeer all public service materials and or public service assets necessary to have justice served upon all guilty persons whom have caused my family loss, harm, and injury post-haste. The former office of fired criminal, disbarred BC Attorney General Johnny Van Camp is now my office, as I have countless public servants to indict, to arrest, to detain, and to prosecute. I require full disclosure and access to every document required to perform my urgent tasks as private prosecutor for the King, which is my right under the Canadian Multiculturalism Act. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me authority to inform all public servants you are not permitted to approach me. Don't come near me without 3 days written notification of the appointment and the reason for the appointment. All communication with federal or provincial public servants must be audio and or video recorded for my health, welfare, and safety due to the level of malicious hatred these persons for decades have displayed towards my identifiable, hated by the world race. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me authority to name and shame countless narcissistic, sociopathic, Canadian public servant criminals who falsely believe that they are all above the law. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me authority to administer a test to see who and what you are. If you have received this notification and teaching, the King seeks your identity, as the righteous will be sickened to their stomachs when aware of what's been done to me and my family. The righteous will have a heart to send letters of encouragement and or perhaps even financial support, as the righteous love their neighbors as they love themselves. The righteous will step up from behind me to stand with me to form an impenetrable wall of force and justice to hold accountable the arrogant, guilty animals named and shamed. If you are one of the wicked, you will remain silent and offer no media, you will offer no emotional, and you won't offer any financial support. At least you know who and what you are, depending on your reaction to the truth I must preach and teach. You are what you do, not what you say or think you do. If you, in the face of injustice, remain silent, you are clearly a violent person. For those who may have questions, or if the instructions provided need to be explained further, your requests must be made to myself, Victoria, in writing to dolly73@protonmail.com. Do you understand? As written, if you do not understand the truth, you have identified yourself as an enemy of the peculiar people, which means you have no hope and you have no future.